You're listening to Soap Dirt, the latest in television entertainment news.
Hey, Bold and Beautiful fans, it's time for our weekly prediction edition. We're going to talk about Luna being on the loose and Carter stealing Forrester Creations. It's Belinda from Soap Dirt, and I've got predictions about Bill and Luna, about Steffy, about Finn and Hope, about Will and Electra, and about Carter, Hope, and Ridge. And hey, if you have not, please reach down, click that subscribe button. Let's dive right into these predictions, which, by the way, are based on recent episodes, the promos, and official CBS soap spoilers. So our very first prediction, guilty Bill Spencer takes steps that end up that loony Luna gets loose. So last week, we saw that Bill got a letter from Luna in prison saying that she needs him, that he is the man that was missing from her messed up childhood. And that triggered Bill to think about when Luna and Poppy were living with him and they were a little family. It got to him, but then he thought about that creepy kiss, and then he burned the letter. So spoilers for this coming Friday, November 15th, have Bill getting another strange and disturbing letter from Luna. And we saw her back in her cell smiling, just so evil. I give Lisa Yamada credit. I found her a little annoying and kind of sweet with her little act, but once she went evil, oh my goodness, she does evil so well. That BS that she was telling her mom, Poppy, about, I don't know what happened. It wasn't me. I'm still your innocent baby girl. Luna's not changed. She's the same old sociopath, and I'm enjoying it. But I do think that she might be able to manipulate Bill, and he may feel guilty enough to go ahead and get her the best lawyer that money can buy, thinking that she had a terrible childhood, it's not her fault, yada yada. And remember, when Luna talked to Poppy, she mentioned temporary insanity. She's laying the groundwork, but she needs a good attorney. That's not the kind of thing a public defender can pull off. Heaven help us, is Bill Spencer going to throw a pile of money at that lunatic Luna's legal defense and set her loose on LA to wreak more havoc? Maybe. All right, our second prediction. Steffy faces employee grudges over ending Hope for the future and firing Hope. So we've already seen Zende very upset. He chewed Steffy a new one last week about her ending the line, and the models were stunned as they watched Charlie and Ridge and Steffy walk Hope to the elevator after her firing. So on Monday, November 11th, spoilers have Steffy talking with Katie and Ridge about fallout from Hope being fired and Hope for the future ending. There are going to be ripples in the fashion community. Hope and Zende were already talking about it last week. I think they were, maybe conflating it before. This is a line that has been previously canceled. It's not like the end of the world, It's clothes. There's plenty of clothes out there. I'm not a fashionista, so sitting here in my yoga pants talking to you guys, but, not the end of the world. But still, I think more of the reaction is going to be some in-house trouble. Zende's upset, RJ is upset, and I know you guys were asking what design skills does he have. I know, that's been my question all along. He was basically an Instagram influencer and a caricaturist, but yes, he has been co-designing with Zende for Hope for the Future, as insane as that is. Katie and Brooke are obviously upset. The models were upset. They were shocked when they saw the firing. Carter, he's upset. He's not nearly done. Steffy may be facing a whole lot of attitude at work, a whole lot of backlash, and she can't fire everyone. She may want to, but she can't. All right, our third prediction. Finn may soon have some doubts about the Hope situation. So I've seen a few comments here asking, why doesn't Finn tell Steffy the truth? Well, I think he thinks that she knows the truth, which in his mind is Hope was making another move on him. She's come on to him before. She talked to him about having feelings for him, and she kissed him, and then she asked him to lie to Steffy to protect her. All very inappropriate things targeting his marriage. So before he even walked in that room, Finn had a pretty dim opinion of Hope already. Then he comes in and he heard her say, I've been waiting for you. And then Finn's like, whoa, Hope's in lingerie. And then all of a sudden she's on top of him. I don't think her tripping really even registered. I think Finn was focused on the words, "I was waiting for you," and her being in lingerie, you know? I don't think he stopped to think, how did Hope know I was going to be here? We all know Finn's not a deep thinker. Liberty Bibberty doesn't stop to ponder stuff, right? Spoilers for Thursday, November 14th, though, have Deacon and Finn bickering at Il Giardino, and I am sure at that point that Hope or Brooke or both have told Deacon that Steffy fired her over a misunderstanding, and Finn basically was lying about what happened, or at least failed to say she tripped and fell. I mean, heck, Brooke or Hope might even tell Deacon about Carter. I don't know, because they know that they can trust him. I do wonder, since Finn and Deacon get along pretty well, if Finn will begin to wonder after this talk if there could be more to it than what he assumed and what Steffy assumed based on what she saw. But man, if Finn comes home and tells Steffy, maybe there's more to it, oh, she won't like that at all. Especially not if Finn suggests, maybe you were too hasty with firing Hope. That will not go over well. Our fourth prediction, Will Spencer in danger from Electra's stalker. So Will's got the hots for Electra Forrester. The models don't like it. They're jealous. You can tell last week they were bothered that Will only has eyes for Electra. He turned down the invite to hang out with the hot models after work, but these girls are nothing compared to what is coming soon. Tuesday, November 12th, Electra tells Ivy she can't stop thinking about Will. And yes, they're moving super fast, but they're young, so I get it. Carter and Hope don't really have that excuse. Electra tells Ivy that things are going well between them, and Will gets some time alone with Electra in one of the rooms where they do photo shoots, and it looks like we might get their first kiss. Wednesday, 11/13, spoilers say looks like they're going to do some PR pics of Ivy and Electra to launch the new jewelry line, because spoilers say that she's worried about being in the spotlight. So photos, social media posts, something. And it's not that she's shy. It's about a new guy coming to bold. His name is Remy Price, and looks like he is her ex. This is Electra's big secret from her past, and he seems to be a little stalkery, seems to still want her. He's got photos of Electra all over his wall, and he looks completely disturbed. So is Will Spencer going to be in danger? Is him falling for Electra going to mean he falls into this guy's psycho web? Maybe. Our fifth and final prediction, Carter tricks Ridge and snatches control of Forrester Creations for Hope, himself, and the Logans. So last week, Ridge wasn't even going to hear Carter about the House of Forrester thing or Hope's line, and instead he reminded him that he asked him to create an LLC to streamline their taxes, because they're paying taxes in the US, Europe, and Asia, which sounds like normal business. But Ridge thinks they're overpaying and tells Carter that's what he's supposed to be fixing, not pushing this new concept and not pushing about Hope. On Friday, November 15th, Carter tells Hope his plan to get revenge on the Forresters, and he tells her that Ridge and Steffy put it right into their hands. And so I was doing some research on LLCs. I mean, I know generally about them. Basically, they operate as a pass-through tax thing. So if you have an LLC, then the income comes in, and instead of the company being taxed, and then you pay out to the owners, and then the owners are taxed. So you're taxed twice. Basically, the corporation isn't taxed, and then the money is paid out to all the owners, and then they pay tax. So that's how it avoids the extra taxation. But what is interesting, because I was trying to figure out, okay, well, how would this really help them? So an LLC's power and control doesn't necessarily have to align with the ownership structure. So, Eric owns almost 38%, Steffy owns almost 38%, Ridge owns 20, Thomas 5. An LLC, the power doesn't have to match those. So if Carter's the one that filed that paperwork, he could actually empower himself to be in control of Forrester Creations, even without any ownership shares, if Ridge had given him the authority, the power of attorney, all that, to set up these documents. Imagine if Ridge, Steffy, Eric, and Thomas still owned the company, but Carter was the one in control and making the decisions. Wouldn't that be wild?
Thank you for being a loyal listener. Follow us wherever you get your podcast, because you don't want to miss the next episode. Soap Dirt is on all the major podcast platforms, including Apple Podcast, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and more.